Hey everybody, this is Jim Buck with Black Series Campers of Southern California out of the City of Industry. And today I'm coming to you with the Classic Double. Now we've already done a couple other parts where we actually put together the tent. Yesterday we put together the awning. Now today we're gonna put together the rest of the room, the entire annex, and we're gonna create that massive living space. So let's get into this, let's get it going. So if you were already putting together your unit, whether it be a Classic Double or a Patron or the Dominator or even our Sergeants and our Alpha, all of the tent setups are pretty much the same when it comes to the Annex. Yeah, the poles are a little bit different. You might have a little bit different shape. For the most part though, everything is the same. So starting off, if you were just currently putting together your awning, and you already followed one of my tips, which is to place the floor down, you should already have that part completed. So the floor is already down to protect the rest of the walls. So over here, I've already kind of spread out some of the walls. So we have several different wall sections. We have a section that covers this area right here. We have a section that covers the length of the trailer. And then we have another section for our back wall over there. And then there's one other section that's going to mask the front side of our tent trailer, of the trailer itself, so that way you are completely enclosed and you're protected from, maybe critters or maybe the elements or whatever it may be. So the area I like to start with is our curtain or our skirt that covers our trailer. So let's get on over here and get it started. So one of the first things that we have to do is we have to make sure that our top piece here that's connected to our trailer is exposed, because on the underneath side is that nice wide strip of Velcro. And what's going to be happening is the curtain or the skirt is going to be attaching to that piece of Velcro. Now if you look very closely right here, you'll actually see a zipper that runs the entire length of this section. Now the reason why nothing is attached to it is because we have it rolled up. So we already have, or we've had, this entire wall open up during all of our processes. So eventually, if you weren't doing camping and setting up all of the rooms, this would be rolled down and zippered in place. But because we're gonna open up this entire living area, that's why nothing's connected. Now, where I like to start with the skirt is the kitchen. This is our pull-out kitchen. Let me show you real quick. So this is the pull-out kitchen on the Classic Double. And so what I want to do, because with the Velcro, there's also zippers. There's a zipper here and a zipper here, and that is going to be what's going to expose your cooking area. So you want to make sure that you have everything in the right place. You're not covering up your cooking area. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Velcro and I'm just going to start attaching. So I'm just going to attach and attach and attach, and then I'm going to do this all the way down that way and all the way down this way, and then we'll be done with that. So we've gotten the majority of the tent trailer done here. You can see we have the skirt running all along, but I've run into a little bit of a problem, but it's not a problem because that's the way it's designed. The door right here is actually kind of blocking where we need to go with the skirt. So what you would need to do is you're gonna have to fold up the door, close it up in, run the rest of the skirt, and then put the door back down. So that way, again, we keep our areas closed off from our critters and our element. All right, so now that we have the skirt put on, we still have the door put up because I didn't want to bring it down yet, because now I'm going to get into my next part. Now, one of the things I like to do is I like to make sure that the floor is spread out nice and evenly, and that's where we're going to go to, the floor. Now, what I like to do is I like to fold the floor in half, fold it in half, fold it in half, and almost kind of roll it up so we get down into almost like a sausage roll. Because otherwise, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be Velcroing the edge of the floor to the edge of the skirt right here. And so it's going to run the entire length. So the issue I don't want to run into is if I'm kneeling on the floor and I'm trying to pull that extra little inch that I needed, it's not going to come out very evenly. So by rolling it up or folding it up and then rolling it up a little bit, now I have the availability to put it all in as nice and evenly and tight as I want to put it. All right, so usually what I like to do when I put it on the floor, I start at one corner and I'm going to work my way all the way across. And so you look for like the little pocket, because in the corner it does have a little pocket here. And so you just grab your edges and you push it up against it. Now what you can do too is once you have your Velcro, you just kind of pinch it together and you go the entire length, again, all the way down to the end. So now that we've got the Velcro strip attached all the way down, now what we need to do is we're going to go ahead and unroll and unfold all of the different folds I did to the floor. Now keep in mind, as you are opening it, the poles that you have in place need to kind of move a little bit. So that way you have space to roll out your floor. And what's going to happen is the poles will end up inside the floor because they don't want to be on the outside. So once you have the floor spread out and put in place, and you can see I've placed the poles on the floor a little bit, okay? What you want to do too is you want to make sure that when you are doing that, don't pull on the floor too much. Otherwise, you end up pulling the skirt out a little bit. Easy enough, you just kind of go and just give it a little push with your foot, push it back in, but don't push it too far either because you don't want it to be underneath the trailer. So once you got that done, you can come back over here, you can open up your door, put this down, put this in the comfortable position so the steps are flat for you. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna start to put up our walls. So again, you can start on either side, it doesn't matter. I like to start on a side though. Get one side up, it's gonna go in the same way we attached our awning with zippers and Velcro. So we'll get into this, I'm gonna go ahead and start on this side. So now that I have the correct wall piece that we need to have in place, again, we're gonna be using zippers and Velcro to attach it. So there's already Velcro to the top right here. So you could even kind of attach some of the Velcro to kind of help you out if you wish. But again, the weight of it's probably gonna pull it off, so it's not gonna be too terribly helpful, but it's better than nothing. So then you get your zipper, you come in here, you attach it in. Make sure you have the alignment done right though. Otherwise, you run into issues. So watch, I'll just do it this way. You put your zipper on. Get it pulled in all the way. And remember, this part is gonna be on the outside of the poles. You got Velcro helping you with sticking it there in place. And then we're gonna zip it all the way down. Now, as you're going along, you can also help smooth the Velcro as you're going along. Now, as you also notice, as I come up to the rubber bands that help to hold this awning on top, they can stay in place as well. Some of the tent trailers, like the Alpha and the Sergeant, you have to take these off because of the way they're mounted. So you finish zipping it up the rest of the way, smoothing down your Velcro as you go, get it to the end, and then you have your end flaps. And so the end flaps have Velcro as well. And so you just attach your Velcro all the way down to the floor. So on the base of this wall, you'll notice there's another PVC rubber flap. And then at the top of that, we have some Velcro. So what that is for is you tuck that underneath the floor. So kind of help give you a little bit more protection. And then, again, Velcro on the floor. So you're going to Velcro this all the way down. So now that we got the one-sided wall put up, now I'm gonna do the whole front section. Now, since you already saw me hook up a zipper on that end, I've already pre-started this one and I've moved it a little bit. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run this along the exact same way I did the side wall, and then we're gonna smooth down the Velcro all at the same time. So as you're zipping along, again, you're coming back down to our hold down straps. So, but again, you can see there's still gonna be, the zipper's still underneath it. So if you need to, you can take these off to make it a little bit easier to get past you this way, or you can leave it in place and then just use this strap to kind of pull it through. But we're gonna go ahead and finish off. We're almost here to the end. And then once we get to the end, then we're gonna take this Velcro and attach it with this Velcro, and then use these Velcro strips to attach to this pole. Okay, so we got the other two walls up. We lightly attached all of the Velcro strips around the poles. So now I'm on the last section here, the third wall, which is go ahead and it's gonna enclose us, and then we're gonna go to attaching the floor as well. But we wanna make sure we also get all of our Velcro pieces in the corners attached, and that's what's gonna seal everything in when it comes to the wind and the rain and all that elements that are out there. So at the bottom of the walls, we have pockets. So these little pockets right here, as you can see. And so the pole is going to go into the pocket. Now I've already gone through, we've already attached the floor to our wall on this side. We've already attached the floor all the way around. Now, unfortunately, because of we still have to make some adjustments raising up, we have a bunch of bunched up material. So what we want to do, if we make our adjustments now, we're going to lift everything off the floor. We don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shorten up this leg a little bit so I can fit the pole into the pocket. That way, when I make my adjustments and raising up the poles and stretching out, so that way everything would be taut, that way we're not going to pick it up off the floor and everything's going to be sturdy in place. So now that we have all of the parts opened up, we have it all stretched out, we all have it tightened, we got Velcro done on the floor, on the sides, on the walls, around the poles. We have all of our poles extended and adjusted. Look at the space in this living area. The classic double is by far the biggest tent trailer we have that anybody has, and the amount of living space is incredible. Just from inside the trailer to the living space that you create by enclosing the annex. Not just utilizing the awning, which is great if you're just gonna be out there for a couple days, but if you have that extended family camping trip, what a great way to be camping. You got the 2 big beds, queen beds inside, you got a 3rd queen bed you can make with the padding, but you got tons of space to sleep the kids and the family in this living area within this annex. So there we have, as you can see at the outside, the very large annex that makes up for the classic double. Now again, keep in mind, this is what the annex is going to look like for pretty much all of our tent trailers. Our Patron, our Dominator, definitely our classic double, as well as our Sergeant and our Alpha models. Now, one last thing to mention that we need to make sure you guys are going to do, so that way we're not blowing away our annex, you need to make sure you use your tent stakes and your guidelines so that way everything gets held down securely. We've had these tents out in some really strong winds, at least about 50-mile-an-hour gusts, and they all held strong. It was really great to see. So one last thing to look at the massive windows on this unit. Let's come around this way. You got these huge, huge windows that you can see. So when you're out there in nature, when you're out there finding your adventure, you have all of these beautiful, nice, wide open windows with screens and even clear patches so you can see through and see all of nature and everything that's going on around you. But again, great unit. You have a great living area and you're gonna have a great time. That's why we like to make sure that you guys are gonna reimagine where you're gonna go, reimagine your destination, finding your adventure. Again, this is Jim Buck with Black Series Camper, Southern California in the City of Industry, with another part of our series for setting up our tent trailers. Have a great day, everybody. Take care. How you doing, everybody? This is Jim Buck with Black Series Campers of Southern California out of the City of Industry. And we hope that you enjoyed the last video of a series that we just got finished watching. And what we'd like to do is we'd like to ask to make sure that you please like and subscribe to our channel so that way you can see all of the videos that are coming up in our series. So make sure that you get out there, you smash that bell up in that corner up there. And again, this is Jim Buck with Black Series Camper, saying we hope you enjoyed that video. Take care, everybody. Have a great day.